besties, it's Kira. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video we're going to be doing the TBR jars, picking the reads again. If you're new here, basically I have a bunch of prompts that I wrote down and I shake up the jar, pick one out, and then pick a book either from my physical TBR or like I guess my Goodreads mental TBR if I do not have the physical copy of a book. I forget that February is a short month, even though it's literally what, 2 days shorter than usual. It still has flown by and we're already here filming my March TBR, which is a little bit insane. I took the prompts out from last month because I just seem to get the same ones over and over again. I'm only going to pick 6 prompts because I'm busy and we're just gonna go with 6. You might read more, might read less. Who knows? Sorry I did not post last week. I've been so busy this month, unfortunately, and then I got sick. I'm still a little bit sick. That video will still be going up. It will be, I think, second week of March or something. Make sure to follow all my socials down below, along with my Goodreads, Amazon wishlist. Everything will be linked down there if you want to check that out. Like, comment, and subscribe for more videos by me. And let's just get into it. Our first prompt. First prompt is book published this year. There has not been much that has been published this year. Right, 2 books that have been released already this year that I have actually physical copies for are these 2 books. Fangirl Down by Tessa Bailey. This is her new release. I think it's about, she's a really big fan of his and he's a golfer and they spark a romance. It's pretty much all I know. Me and Tessa Bailey, again, we haven't really been on the same page lately, so. The other, which I've heard actually pretty decent things about already, is Bribe by Ali Hazelwood. This is Ali Hazelwood's first paranormal fantasy kind of romance. Usually she does STEM stuff. Guys, I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared for the werewolf scenes is how I'm gonna put it. But I've heard that it's good and it's a marriage of convenience, I think, between a vampire and a werewolf. I think I'm gonna go the safe route and go with Tessa Bailey's book because I want to read Bride. I don't know. I'm still up in the air and I still want people to read it and give their opinions, so I think I'm gonna put that book off. Could just be a fun time, quick little romance book. For a book that is published this year, I'm gonna go with Fangirl Down by Tessa Bailey. Okay, first book down, 5 more to go. Book with blue cover. Alright guys, we're gonna have a book that was on my TBR last month because I really do want to get to this book before it's not winter anymore, with Forever Never by Lucy Score. It's just a chunky romance book. It was going around a couple months ago because it got a new cover, and all I remember about it is I don't know, this girl comes back into town. This guy's trying to find out why. Her brother's high school sweetheart, boss's daughter, ex-wife's best friend. Something like that. He's got some crazy connection, a little bit of a mystery, I think, plot in there or something like that. A book with a blue cover. I'm gonna go with Forever Never by Lucy Score. Prompt number 3, we are halfway there. Even amount of pages. I'm gonna try to pick a fantasy for this because I'm in the fantasy mood. The even amount of pages with the last page or the acknowledgements and all that stuff. Because with the acknowledgements, it's even. Without them, it's not. I'm gonna go with the acknowledgements because it's the last numbered page. Queen of Shadows is going to be my pick. It's got 648 pages. I meant to read this in February, but I just didn't get around to it, and I want to read it so bad because I know just a lot of things are gonna happen. This is one of my books in the Throne of Glass series. It might be my 5th book. Can't talk much about it, but I'm really enjoying the series. I love our female main character. I'm scared, but I'm so excited. This has a potential to be a 5-star book for me. The expectations are kind of a little high. For a book with an even amount of pages, I'm gonna go with Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas. Alright, prompt number 4. Random letter generator. I've never gotten this before. We have it open. Let's random number generate. Does it not want to randomly generate my number? Oh, we got Y. Hey, y'all, on further investigation, I do not have any that start with a Y. Let's just do it again. S. Okay, y'all, that took a lot longer than I thought it would. For a book that starts with an S, I'm gonna go with a fantasy. Sorcerer Thorns. This is, I think it's a fantasy. I know it's a fantasy, but I think it's a standalone, if I'm not mistaken. This was published forever ago, but I've heard many good things about it. It's a girl named Elizabeth who like releases some kind of dangerous grim something like that. Has to turn to a sorcerer. Her enemy goes from there. I love me an enemies to lovers. I love me a little fantasy moment. I feel like this is gonna be magical-esque. I am very excited. We'll see how this goes. A random letter generator. I got S, and I'm gonna go with Sorcery of Thorns. All right, y'all, 2 more books to go. Let's see what we get. Book chosen solely because of the cover. I don't know why I've had the urge to just pick up this series again. I read the first book, I think back in October, and I loved it. This cover is really cool. I'm gonna go with Blood and Honey by Shelby Muharan. This is the second book in the Serpent and Dove series. It's like a witch hunter, I think. Marriage of Convenience, if I can remember correctly. Loved the first book. I think I gave it 4 to 5 stars or something like that. I just had such a fun time. Like, the witch and witch hunter dynamic was just incredibly done. I thought it was so fun. Definitely recommend Serpent and Dove. That's the first one if you want to go check that out. A book chosen solely because of the cover. I'm gonna go with this, Beauty, Blood and Honey. Alright, y'all, last and final prompt. Let's see what we get. A book that is part of a series. Bless this prompt every time I get it. I'm gonna go with Breakaway by Grace Riley. I read First Down back in, oh my god, I don't remember. Probably around like November, December. It was some football time. Maybe in October at this point. I didn't love that book. I think I gave it a 3 to 5 stars. It was alright. I mostly wanted to read that just so I could get to this book because it's a hockey romance. It's Coach's daughter, and she's a little unexperienced, and he's, you know, a hockey player. They just know. They just know their ways. Friends with benefits with the coach's daughter. That's, I know I'm gonna eat this up. I hope it's good. From my point of view, hockey romance. I have not read one. Read one this year? Did I read one last month? I did read one last month. So, for a book that is part of a series, I'm gonna go with Breakaway by Grace Riley. I'd like to mention, I was opening this. I'd like to thank Anna Amendola for sending me this for my birthday back in September. That is it for my TBR video. I will quickly go through the books and their prompts. The prompt we got was a book published this year. I'm gonna go with Fangirl Down by Tessa Bailey. Second prompt, a book with a blue cover. I'm gonna do a repeat. I'm gonna pick Forever Never by Lucy Score. Book with an even amount of pages. I'm gonna go with Queen of Shadows by Sarah Damas. Random letter generator gave me S, and I'm gonna go with Sorcery of Thorns. Book chosen solely because of the cover. I'm gonna go with Blood and Honey by Shelby Muharan, because this is quite the cover. And then last but not least, a book that is part of a series. I'm gonna go with Breakaway by Grace Riley. These are all the books for my March TBR. Again, I might read them, I might not. I love doing these little TBR jar picks my TBR, because again, I had no idea what I wanted to read in the month of March, and now I have some books that I'm interested in that I hope to get to. So next week's video is going to be my wrap up for February. It's looking quite small. Look out for that. Make sure to follow all my socials down below, along with my Goodreads, Amazon wishlist. All that stuff will be linked down in the description if you want to check that out. Like, comment, subscribe for more videos by me. And I will see you guys next week for another video. Love y'all. Bye.